We love. What they be saying? We love.
And we love.
We love.
Hey.
Don't say nothing crazy. We love. No, seriously. Good morning and welcome to Coffee and Conversations on this Thursday morning. It's Thursday, right?
Yeah, it is Thursday.
Yes, it is. It is Thursday.
It's Thursday.
Welcome. Oh, I need to look at a flyer tomorrow. If you guys aren't doing well, I'll tell you in the middle of the show if I remember. I gotta look at the flyer anyway. That event is a vibe and worship, and I'm gonna be going in. It's like a Friday night program. You know, they do for young adults, the ministry. They got some actual singers coming in. It's the second event. Let me see if I have the flyer right here, so I can read all the details. Let's see. Ooh. So I will be on the program. So I'll be sharing. I wrote a poem. We're sharing a poem. It's called Vibe and Worship. It's tomorrow at 7 p.m. sharp. I'm gonna post the flyer again on my page. Okay. But this is sounding like
that movie. Don't say that.
What is it called?
That boy with the big eyes.
What was the movie called again? I can't remember.
I know that movie where the people was dead, but I don't know.
Yes. Yeah, I can't remember the name.
He was falling in the deep hole.
How the plastic was clinking though. Help me, Father God.
That part. Put you in the trance.
But yes.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
So y'all already know. If y'all was watching the show yesterday, we had a continuation of that topic with that 90-day rule. So we never really got to our topic that we were supposed to be talking about. So we're going to talk about that today, okay?
Today.
We're going to do our actual topic today. And so everybody tap in, get your coffee, get your tea, get your hot beverage of choice, and let's have some coffee and conversation, okay? Because we get real.
Let me see if I got
very transparent, and we just going to talk about it. Okay, so
that sip of coffee.
Make sure y'all let people know. Come on.
How many people needed that sip of coffee?
Girl,
you listen. I had taste that, and I
had coffee already this morning.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did. I needed some, honey. I was like, let me get up and put some coffee.
What time did you wake up?
I was up like 7:34.
Okay.
7:34, and I was like, I did not lay back down. Let me get up so my body could be up. Because if I lay down, I'm gonna be like 8:17 waking up.
Listen, let me tell you something. I jumped up. I jumped up today, but I did. It wasn't that I got up. I woke up early with the boys. The boys today's their band thing. So I jumped up because I told them I would iron their shirt for them, their band shirts for them yesterday. But they have a performance at Carowinds today. And so they had to be at school at 6 a.m. Praise God, Chef Ron, Daddy gonna drop them off. But Mama wake up because he was like, you're not gonna wake up in the morning. Kids are so funny, but I only got 4 more years, y'all. Till I'm grown, and I told my kids I want them to, I don't know about you, but as a stay-at-home mom who has raised these amazing little people, I told them I'm expecting a graduation when the last twins leave. I want them to throw me retiring from the parenting in the normal sense, because I believe that you cross over to a new level of parenting when everybody is now young adults, and now you are their soundboard and all that other stuff. Like, hey, you don't got to do what I say. I want you to want to do. I want you to want my advice, right? So, I'll be graduating, and then I'll become, eventually we'll become grandparents and all that other stuff. But the good part is that I was like, so since everywhere else you work. And it's work. Parenting is work. You get that little, you get a graduation, a retirement from that role. Now, those of you that didn't retire from the kids growing up, maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's why y'all in their business. You ain't retired from your role. But that's another conversation for another day. In-laws.
Oh, my Lord.
You got to retire from their business. It's no longer your business. That's God's business. You just hope that what you gave them was enough, unless you worried that what you gave them wasn't quite what they needed. So you want to do the fixing while they still adult, but it's too late. So, but yeah, I was telling them, y'all need to Give me a party. And I want to hear all the great speeches of all the sacrifices and all the times and all the stories. Because it was worth it. Let me say, it was worth it. But we like to hear from the people, the little people in this case, their loud thank yous for the life that they are leading and moving on. And thanks to the guidance of course, Dad too. Of course, Dad too. So but really me, because I'm really the full. I'm really the full time. You know what I mean? Really.
And that's why my
Dad too.
The moms get all the kudos. Mine is always about the moms. Mother's Day be such a big deal. Father's Day be just like, okay.
I get the kudos because I thought of it.
I was like,
that's why he don't care.
It's always the women.
You know, so I was thinking, and I told him that last year I got to think during the pandemic. And I said, you know what? And I said, when you really become grown is when your plans don't need plans. So that's what I mean. Right now, every plan we make, we have to make plans for them if they're not included in the plans we have, right? So for your plans to need plans, you're not really grown. So technically, I'm an adult, but me and my husband really haven't been grown.
Like
our whole life, right?
Stuff, because like planning to leave.
Yeah, like, okay, babysitters, now they are older, they might not need babysitters, but you're still supposed to feed them. You're obligated to that. So like if you're out of town, like when we went on anniversary, it's like, okay, we gotta go shopping before we leave. Then these kids we don't gotta shop before we leave. They're gonna figure it out, and we ain't gonna feel bad that they gotta figure it out. But you know, you got that mom guilt.
See, yeah,
you know what I mean? Mom guilt.
They could have went shopping, but
mom guilt will have you setting them up and preparing them.
Like, let me help y'all make sure y'all good.
Let me make sure.
You ain't have to shop now.
Right, I didn't have to shop, but you know,
but you like
it's my responsibility.
So it's like these are technically not your kids, so because you're doing me a favor, and I appreciate it. Let me. What else can I do?
What can I do
to make it easier for you,
to make you want to come back and help me again, right? Yes. Because if I don't make your experience good,
like, she would not ever ask me.
Me and my boo would never get to go nowhere. We didn't appreciate. Shout out to Big Sister Essence. She's so amazing. She's the most amazing firstborn we could have ever picked. She set a tone, a precedence, and I freaking love her. She is badass. If I can excuse my French, she is badass.
Say it with your chest.
Shout out to Essence Paulin.
Say it with your chest. She said badass. Okay.
She's about to graduate in May, Cinco de Mayo to be exact. Summa cum laude.
Come on.
Already got a job with Truist.
Come on, waiting
or sign her lease. So she's not coming back to live with us, but she is going to move on the corner. So the place she found is 5 minutes up the road because she didn't want to be too far. And that's what I'm glad. I'm glad that she wants to come back and be so close and all that good stuff. Even when she was leaving, we were trying to talk her into going to different schools
further away.
Yeah, because everybody was asking for her. She's such a scholar, so she speaks Chinese, Mandarin to be exact, fluent Mandarin. And so
what that sound like?
Like I don't understand.
I can't.
And her best friend speaks Mandarin too, so that's how they talk to each other without nobody knowing what they're saying. Nene and Neve and Serenity, my other two daughters, they speak French. So you can't find out what they're doing because they got their own language. And the boys are just starting out and they're doing Chinese because they want to be in Essence business.
Okay.
So they're learning. This is their second year of Chinese. So they started in 6th grade. So Essence started in 6th grade, maxed out in her freshman year. She was so advanced that she maxed out in her freshman year at UNCG with her language. She actually, the first year she came in, they have this statewide competition. And she joined the competition and won 2nd place. Okay. As a new student, never been to the school. So they made her the face of the Bryan School at UNCG. So she has billboards all in Greensboro. I'm just super proud of her.
And you have, of course.
I'd like to say she a chip off our old blocks, but she definitely put in the work for herself. She worked hard.
She did that.
She did it, yeah. So I'm excited to celebrate her. And this is her new phrase. I think I'm getting t-shirts made because she be like, I need everything to be right for graduation. It's going to be a weekend festivity. Remember, first gen here. First gen. So she's a first generation graduate. Because I didn't graduate from college. Her daddy didn't. Her daddy went and didn't graduate. I didn't even grace the thing. I visited
Come on, boo. Let them know.
My best friend before.
First gen over here.
So honey, when she talks now. Yes. So now when she talks, she's like, first gen. And I love how
proud she
just
is.
bask in it because she earned it.
That's right.
She definitely earned that phrase.
The ultimate badass.
Yeah.
Okay, boo. You are the ultimate badass.
So first gen from from our lineage. My mama went to college and she got her master's, and I think a couple of my siblings went to college. Definitely Star went to college, and so over there, but I don't think. Well, I'm definitely sure that neither one of my husband's parents graduated from college, so that's what me first gen under that lineage. Of her last name, because let's face it, she's a Paul and she's not a Fletcher.
Paul and carrying on the husband's legacy.
The husband's legacy. So that's our little empire. But yeah, I'm super proud of her. So she can afford to give me a graduation party in 4 years. And all of them can afford to help her because we sacrifice. Shout out to Daddy, this big sacrificer, the man that's at everything, going everywhere. I can honestly say
he gonna be like me.
Yes, no, seriously. Let me tell you something. Husbands, my husband, I have 5 kids, 4 pregnancies, figure that one out. But you know how many appointments we have. I can say that all of my doctor's appointments, my husband only, and even though we were 20 and 21 when we got pregnant with Essence, he never missed one appointment. Of all of my appointments, the one time he missed an appointment, I was about to say he only missed one of all of the pregnancies, of all the appointments that we got, and the twins were high risk automatically. So I had 2 doctors I had to see, 2 specialists every month, except for he was on the road one time and he said his best friend Bar came and picked me up and took me to the appointment and got me a baked potato and then dropped me back off. So even though he wasn't there, he sent a representative to come and get me. And when I was pregnant with the twins, he was out on the road and didn't get back in time. And he called his bestie and was like, can you take Precious to her appointment? And so let me tell you, I don't know too many men that you can say never missed an appointment. And on the one time he missed it, he had a proxy. So shout out to Chef Ron for being Really? Did you make him see? Did you ask him?
No.
Oh, well, that's fine. I asked for what I wanted.
He was at work, so I let him go to work, and I just went to my doctor's appointments. I think he might have became the one of them.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
Maybe 1 or 2. I think 1 to see the sex.
Chef Ron was at work too, but 2. You know what? I already know my appointment in advance. They give me my appointment in advance. So that day.
Oh, yes. See,
but I mean, he's at, but I asked. I asked. I don't want to do, I from day one I said, we are pregnant.
Y'all were pregnant.
We are pregnant.
Y'all do a lot of stuff.
And to this day, I think it was the beginning.
I just do.
Yeah.
I don't even think to.
Even that?
Like, yeah.
You don't get what you don't ask for.
Like
That's
this
what I
say.
say.
Yeah, I just do. I just go. Especially like, girl, you be going,
my boo is actually on. I didn't even know he was here. He was sitting there lurking in the background.
You are the GOAT, Rondell.
I'm the GOAT. Put some respect on my name.
You are the GOAT.
You are the GOAT.
You are definitely
I keep on telling him he need to teach a class.
You are the GOAT for real. Honey.
They better put some respect on your name, boo.
They don't even understand, Ron.
That part.
They don't understand. I ain't even understand that one. I didn't know you went to everyone. With all of them. Ooh,
every
Lord. You better go
single one. Every single one. You know what? What was so funny? I can remember to this day with Essence. It's your first time. You're super nervous. I'm watching.
Girl,
I was watching a baby story.
Y'all like really best friends.
Yes, I was watching like a baby story. I was watching everything. So I knew from watching the show that your first baby, they say, take a little bit of time. They're not gonna just fall out once you go into labor. So the morning that I'm like, because I was already 2 weeks late with Essence. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh Lord.
I think this is it. Because I was like, contraction back to back. You know, they trying to prepare you. So we're in the bed and he's like, is that another one? And I'm like, yeah. And a few more seconds, he was like, is that another one? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, this is it. We got to go. We got to get the bag. I said, no. We got time. He's got 2 phones. He got the house phone, the cell phone. By the time we got to the doctor's office, I swear it was about 15 people that beat us there. And he was like, you can't take a shower. I said, yes, I have time to take a shower. I'm watching The Baby Story. I'm new to this. It's going to take me hours to be in labor. And I was in labor for 12 hours. So it definitely took all day because we went in the morning and Essence wasn't born until 8 o'clock that night. So Aunt Diane walked in the room. I'll never forget it because they had already, at the hospital, the room we were in was the room we stayed in. They just, as long as it's not emergency, you're not going to the thing, they break down the bed. So I was in there and they had just pushed everybody out because I had dilated and it was already time to push. So once I'm already about to push, guess what happened? So we in the room and Aunt Diane, your mom, Aunt Diane. I got 2 Aunt Dianes. Aunt Diane was just coming in, but the room number, and I'll never forget, it was room 220. That was our room number. So everybody knew the room number because I was in labor all day and we were waiting for the baby. And so when she come into the room, because that's the number, she just came up onto the floor. They had already put everybody in the waiting room because I went today. And when she opened up the door, I'm like, they like, push. She was like, oh my God. And then she just back out the door. So she kind of got a glimpse of me starting to push.
Came in and she was wide open, but he already just came out. And it was like, oh no. We ran up to her just wide open. We was like, oh.
Good morning, Mom. Did you figure out how to go on Facebook? If you go on Facebook right now, you can't see it. No, she's on YouTube. She was saying that she was having a problem seeing me on Facebook. I said, well, if you go to my main page on the day of.
Oh, yeah, go to the main page.
But that, you know what I have to do is share it. Because that's what she was saying. She would catch it because I remember to share. And I said, I keep on forgetting to share. And then when I share it to their messenger, so they already have the link. So I think she was seeing that better than she was seeing
just coming into your main page.
But I was saying if you go onto my main page, it should be in my newsfeed.
Oh, okay. Cool. Gotcha.
Matter of fact, let me share it before we get started with the conversation. Because the conversation is what length. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you can share it. Well, you can share it to anything. Once you go on the page, you can share the messenger. You could copy the link, share in the text. You can share however you want to share it. See, once I hit share, it'll give you all the different ways you could do it.
Yeah, and messenger.
Like send a messenger, share to a group, share to a page, share to your story. Let me share to my story. That might help. Share. Okay. Got to take advantage of all these things, even while you're learning.
That part. So, yeah, guys. Today, we're going to actually have our topic that we're talking about from yesterday. That we were supposed to talk about yesterday.
But we did a double take of the topic from the day before. And I'm not even going to mention it because we're not going to get started again on that. Okay? We're over it.
That was 2 days of same conversation.
We'll catch up on the last 2 days, Tuesday and Wednesday, and you'll find out.
That part.
So, let me share it here. And then I can feel like I've done my due diligence and now I can talk my mouth off. Kia, what say you, my dear? Anything new?
Say you. Man, listen. I was tripping off that damn.
Oh my God, the strawberry letter.
Strawberry letter this morning. That damn Steve Harvey, what's the name? Be having them strawberry letters. They be crazy, but that's a whole topic within itself.
Tell me about it.
Other than that, they said, yes, I found it on second listing. Okay.
I don't even know what that means. What's the second listing?
She's on Facebook now. So she's on the Facebook platform, logging in live. So good.
What's on second listing? What's second listing? She said, yes, I found it on second listing. What is that? Is that a thing?
The top 2 things women hate about men. One, telling. Really? Y'all hate women? Well, you know the truth.
No, that's so funny because the top thing women hate about men, telling lies. We hate that, but then telling the truth. You don't like that either.
You don't like.
Depends on what the truth is. Right. It's a no-win. I'm finding the more I have these conversations how difficult women really are. I guess we are a little bit emotional.
I mean, well, it's just accepting it is what it is, right? And just accepting people's opinion because that's all it is, an opinion.
Right, because the truth
and their
is
perspective.
Really
and at the end of the day, you're going to do whatever you're going to do anyway. But at least it's a communication to know how you feel about it, or, that's your truth. I can't take away your truth. That's how you feel. That's how you see it. That is your truth. So people just gotta learn to deal. That's the problem. People they have breakdowns. They get emotionally irate. They don't know how to deal with stuff when it's being told to them. So whether it's the truth, whether it's a lie, sometimes you gotta lie just from not telling the truth. And it's just ridiculous. But if we could just tell our own truth and let people deal with it. So you get to get the real me.
So he's answering the questions, huh?
Come on, Ron. When we quiet or we talk too much, no emotions, too emotional. It's confusing. I know. Either you're too emotional, or you got no.
Or we talk too much, or we don't talk enough.
When you shut down, it's gonna be a fire. Something is brewing in that head.
And then when you talking and being honest, now we want you to be quiet. When now you ready to talk. Oh yeah. It's very tricky. That's why it's important to read the room. That's where that phrase comes from. Ooh. Read the
energy in the room.
So in order to lead at a high level, you have to read the room. Whether you want to or not. It is a requirement. Gotta read the room.
So let me ask you, Ron, what lengths would you go through to keep the one you love? Because, honey, you do not play when it comes to Miss Precious Paula. You and her are like inseparable. Y'all are like such besties. Y'all do everything together. Like, the more I look at y'all too, y'all is something else. Y'all are really like, from the very beginning, like this.
Not from the very beginning.
From the very beginning, like
we were roommates, so she knew everything.
Yeah, y'all are like inseparable. Nobody.
What you said from the first date
is gonna break y'all apart. Like, and they just don't. They gotta.
You remember the first time he spent the night? Kid didn't even know, right? Because he was already asleep. She come in the room in the morning. She was like, and she just backed out the room and closed the door. Like,
what? Okay.
What happened here last night? What did I miss? It was like that
part.
A reverse. And ever since.
Here we go. I see him every day. Ron said, no, it be some bullshit too. You just gotta get through it.
That part.
It be some bullshit, but you gotta learn to dwell in the bullshit. Okay?
Yeah, because let me tell you something.
Get over it. Keep going.
Being somebody's best friend don't mean you don't go through stuff. That's how you get to be a best friend, because it is called
going
strength,
through everything,
muscle. You prove yourself, right? It says, you proving yourself into the relationships, right? And so, you gonna have some, but that's what commitment looks like. You got to work it out. And that's why no matter how mad we've ever been, you can't sleep on the couch. We don't sleep on couches. We don't. 21 years of marriage, you're not sleeping on the couch. Since one time I got mad and tried to lay on the couch. He was like, oh, this what we doing now?
Oh, Lord.
And I got my little blanket and came back upstairs.
Just turn around. Don't touch me, but we laying in this bed together.
That's what he
said. And by the end of the night, somebody going to be hugged up. Buddha.
No, now as the mature me, after I stopped using
sex as a weapon.
Yes, my punani I was using as a weapon, and I got healing a couple. No, I didn't get checked. Well, I got accountability. I checked myself because you know what? Nobody checks you like you. So I had to check myself because I didn't get it. And I'm like, what do you mean? You have a problem? What do you mean? I'm unfair and I get to be honest and you don't get to be honest. I'm like, you get to be honest. You grown. I'm grown. Yeah. What you mean? Why you jealous about how I get to get stuff off my chest and you don't? He was like, because if you say something, the end of the night won't get ruined. I'll take it and I'm still going to want some later. But if I say something, right, that truth part where we want you to lie, where if I say something, then more than likely your emotions are attached to your cat.
You're gonna be so
look, that's a phrase. Your emotions are attached to your cat. And he knew that. So they picked their fights and it doesn't serve me. And I was like, oh my God, I didn't know that. And that was only like, we're 21 years in, and that was like 6-7 years ago when we actually had that conversation. That's why we talking about the work though.
Because he finally said something to bring it to your attention.
Right.
And it's funny that you knew that, because that's what we do. And it's because you're so mad. It's like, you're not getting none of this. So it's like, but I'm going to bring it to your attention that this is what you do and it's not right. Mm-hmm. So that's the truth, right? Yeah. That's the truth. So now we got to deal with the truth, and now we're going to talk about it. Yeah. So nothing gets resolved if we don't put the truth out there, your truth, and now we have a conversation about it, an understanding about it. Oh, she said you was listed twice.
Oh, yeah. That's my old page that I can't get out of.
With your back.
I mean, my old page with my, if you got my logo in the back of my head, that's when my head was shaved, right? Mm-hmm. I'm growing it back, but I'm thinking I might shave it for Jamaica in June.
I think that is so edgy and sexy.
I know. I might go back to my little unk. I used to have my unk in my back of my head.
So many different things with that.
So I'm thinking maybe in June, we're doing 40 days of exercise. So I hope I get some muscles. Starting Monday, we start exercising.
Oh, if you want some muscles?
I got 60 days because I got.
When you?
I have June 6th.
Okay.
Through the 11th.
Okay, gotcha. And the kids will still be in school?
No. I think the 5th is their last day or something. Okay. Yeah, school's like over.
Gotcha.
Mama Faye says, he knows he found a good thing and is not going to allow anyone else the opportunity to take his place. He is the man as God created, which God has put together. Let no man put us under. Go ahead, tell him, Mama in love.
That part right there.
Vice versa, honey, because let me tell you something. I pull up for mine.
And that's how it's supposed
to be. Don't let that soul talk fool you.
Thug mama.
Yeah, that's what
Thug mommy.
Thug mommy. Because guess Thug what? Mommy. And then I said the other day we was laughing because I said I get it, right? Because even in the relationship, it's like if you're my everything, and I want everything to work out. So it's like putting your intentions as being clear, as being true to what you want, what you're committed to. So yeah,
it's like we protect this family at all costs. You don't let nothing penetrate to break up this family unit. Mm-hmm. They say what's goes on in this house stays.
And honestly,
that's protect the house. We must protect this.
We must protect the house. The house wasn't. The house always wins. The house always wins. That's why it's like it's two of y'all, right? And that's why I love to tell people, even when like we're gonna start our little couples counseling and stuff. But it's like that same work and ethic and that you put into to have the wedding. We had 33 guests. Mommy just did the number the other day. And I think that what's so amazing is that with the 33 guests, you know how much planning that took, how much headache that was, how much detail, how much every little piece we had to think about to create, dress everybody up, go through all the details. And we did that for a wedding. But if you take that same passion, that is your practice. You're practicing for marriage, right? And so if you take that same vision and you continue to work on that picture, continue to build it at any cost, you're going to get the same results, because that picture that you created when you had the wedding, that's the reminder you need to have anytime you're having a bad day. That's why I said you need people around you that want to build the bridge, right? And so when we spoke about it not too long ago, about like couples and different people that go through all the emotions because they're not actually doing that whole workout, that talk out, that really actually like working on wanting to be together and realizing that
it's the ultimate goal. So let's stop focusing on the separation of it. We got to focus and be intentional about bringing it back together and keeping it strong, maintaining it and keeping it strong.
And the only thing that hurts you is other people.
The outside.
The outside in your business or hating
the outside
on you or
getting
something.
in, and like
yeah.
Rondell said, everyone being able to tell their truth or
That
be
part,
truthful.
be
And
truthful.
now let's deal with it. Because now if you can't be truthful and you can't deal with them outside people, is going to definitely break it apart and make it easy for it to happen. Because you can't even be honest and deal with your truth. With what you saying or what they're saying. So you're not open to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what's the ultimate goal?
What is the ultimate goal?
You know?
What did Miss Beverly say yesterday when we said?
Oh, her comments. Yeah.
Yes, it's 71 comments on that show. Let me see.
What was her comment?
She says the length. What God did for me was His journey. Wait. Let me see.
No, was it that one?
No, let me go.
Yeah, because the length what is the length you would go
for the person you
love to keep the one you love? Like, what lengths would you go through to keep the one you love?
First of all, would you go through the length of doing your personal work, right? Because that's accountability, and I think that's the main length. That's why I say I choose me. # no more excuses serves everybody else, right? Because God said to love your neighbors as you first love yourself. And so sometimes if you don't do the personal work and that growth and accountability and be able to receive other people's truths, right? Because it's as true as it is to you due to your experience and how it landed. And so when we disregard how other people feel, then the importance of them doesn't matter, right? And so it's like not taking it personal, learning to take it process. So many things that like you hear is because, right. And I was a queen of taking things personal, right? And so, yeah. So it was like, wow. So the things that had no point or merit, I gave more merit. And it's like, at the end of the moment, you mad and you're going back and forth. And it's for what? You're going to be together. It was just a misunderstanding. I mean, some things are misunderstandings, but in most of our stuff, it was just clearly a misunderstanding. It was nothing destructive. It was your opinion against my opinion. Your views versus my views. And so what lengths would you go to? Would you do the work on you to be a better you for them? That's the real question, because I think that's the ultimate work. Because I can never change you, but I can change me. So that you would want to change you, because we all know everybody changed because they inspired.
To fit in like a puzzle piece, because we are so different, but we got to come together to fit the mold together and lock in as that perfect piece.
But change
comes together.
Yep, and change is inspired. Anybody who changed was inspired into change. They wasn't threatening to change. They wasn't subdued. They were inspired, right? And so being the inspiration is what becomes the change that other people see you. So it's like if I'm watching you and it's like, oh my God, I'm inspired to do something better. I'm inspired to improve my relationship, right? Because I'm watching other beautiful relationships. And yeah, I know it ain't perfect because I got a real relationship. But I know what's perfect is the intention of the people, right? So if your intention is perfect, then you're going to have to go do imperfect things to create a perfect picture.
Of course.
That wedding picture.
That part.
Keep up with the wedding.
Our faith says a man and a woman decide what happens for their household together.
Absolutely.
Absolutely do.
Absolutely do.
Together.
You know what they said? The man is the head, but we the neck. Which way will you go?
Come on now. Ron says, you gotta learn to listen to each other. I'll warn my wife about people and stuff. She don't listen, then be crying later, vice versa. If I'm up every time, I don't listen to her.
That's true, because they can see what you can't see. And you want oh my God, I just went through a phase like that just recently, right? Because it's like, oh, you think people really, care for you, but it's what they can get out of you, right? And it's like, no, they changed, they're different. And then just to show us my name is Precious, you'll be like, wow, it is true. If I can't serve you, then I have no service. So it's like, it's so, and I always got to learn the hard lessons. That's why I said it's the people that's closest to you that hurt you the most. Let me tell you, because it's like, wow. But he have stuck by me Through all my hurting episodes, he always picks me up. Like, I told
and
you
to
so.
see things that
and even with people that's close to him, I'll be like, oh, I'm giving her a chance. And he like, and I ain't gonna say no names. And he'll be like, you gonna find out. When people show you who they are, believe them. And it's his people. And I'm like, no, but she said sorry. And she's turned over a new leaf. And he just sits back and waits to pick me up off the ground. Because I'm empathetic and I believe everybody could change. I'm just hoping that that's the moment, right? You change, we change, we all grow. So I'm just hoping that you came back better. And sometimes people just don't come back better. It's like
sometimes
they still need you and don't know how. Right.
And y'all
you just have to accept people. Yeah. For who they are.
I'm gonna just accept you for who you are, but I'm not gonna get caught up in
good morning or
your stuff. You know, so I won't have no regrets on anything I'm doing with you. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I know who you are. I accept who you are.
Yeah.
It's not that I can't believe you are the way you are. It's like the truth. You are who you are, and I just gotta deal with you accordingly.
Yes.
So I would never be regretful of anything I do with you.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Mama Faye says communication is the key. Must be respect and trust. Period. But that happens with honest communication, because once again, communicating ain't nothing.
Honesty.
Right. Respect and honest communication is really the key. And so, like Chef Ron said earlier in the messages, is like, first you don't want me to tell a lie, but then you can't handle the truth. So where does that put somebody out? And so
agree to disagree.
Right.
We're gonna agree to disagree.
Right. And so, like I always say, it's still timing, right?
I heard you heard me. Okay, where we go now?
People can respect your truth when you are in the right timing.
That's the thing. People
you gotta be on timing.
Though.
Who don't?
I know. But the question is, how long do you stay in your feelings? It's like you still mad. You ain't getting over it.
But
we're not gonna agree. What we doing now?
But you know what else it is though? A big issue
so we can't even do nothing together because we don't see eye to eye.
Yeah, but everybody, it's like I always give this example to the kids, right? If you're doing a math problem, I can give everybody the same problem.
I gotta just give you time.
No, I can give everybody the same problem, and everybody may use a certain amount of scrap paper. See, God gives us scrap paper in life, right? And he's like no child left behind. So you're going to be able to work out the problem. Now, with everybody sitting at the table, somebody may need this much of the scrap paper to work it out. Somebody needs 10 pages. You can't decide how easy somebody heals. So it's just everybody's on their own timing. So it's like how long it's going to take. It's going to take as long as that person needs to get it. And so depending on how much you grow or how many more things you've been through, you might be easier to adjust. So I find that I may be more adjustable because of all that I've been through. That's why I start saying, God, thank you for what you take me through, because it wasn't for me. It was for them. It was to be able to bounce back, to keep on being resilient, because had I not built the muscle, I'd be crying in the bed every day. But because the past is you keep on pushing and going by, right? You let go, right? Yeah, you need therapy.
People need therapy. We all need therapy.
But do y'all know what therapy is? Therapy is really telling your truth. Because in most therapy sessions, they're not responding right. That you could be honest to get it out so it no longer lingers in your being. So we let stuff linger in our being because we don't let the dis-ease out. So
and wasting time on life,
poison us.
Stop. Let it go.
Arthur Lynette says, I'm inspired to keep food on the table, food in your belly, keep you healthy and alive, and make sure that the sheets are clean and the drawers and panties are downy fresh. That part. So that's the lengths you'll go through for your mate, right? To take care of them and make them feel nurtured. That's a good length, because what does people who feel loved and nurtured do? They give you their best. And so sometimes if you feel like somebody isn't giving their best, instead of blaming them for it, ask yourself, how am I showing up?
How am I showing up?
Do I deserve a best? Because if I give my best, you don't get it back.
You will.
You will. You will. Even if you got to break them up. What they say, kill them with kindness. It's hard to kill them with kindness. But when you're in love with somebody, that's easier.
It is
because you realize it's so you just being petty.
Person, that part. When you think about the other person, you would hopefully you give your best.
Look,
Right.
That's author L's favorite question. What's today's topic?
On the top of the live every
what
day.
lengths would you go through to keep the one you love? To keep, meaning how do you keep the one you love?
You gotta keep this one around. What you gonna do?
So what length are you going through lengths? Like, what do you do every day to make sure that they are happy and sustainable and want to be there? Because to keep means to be kept.
I'ma stroke that ego.
Good example. How do you stroke one's ego?
Tell them good things. Tell them nice stuff. Anything that makes them smile.
Mm-hmm.
And know that makes him happy. I'ma cook his favorite stuff. I'ma just do it just by surprise.
I'ma wash him in the bath.
Yeah, like I'ma do some different stuff. I'ma clip his toenails. I want to do some stuff that you wouldn't, that shows love and shows affection. Like just grab his hand and get the nail clipper and start clipping his nails. Unexpected stuff that just be like, oh, she takes care of me. Yeah, because you take care of me and I want to show you appreciation. So I see that your toenails need clipped. You just got out the shower. Let me blue magic you up. Let me grease you down.
Let me grease you down.
Just little stuff. Let me massage you. I ain't
that.
No masseuse, but I see that you had a hard day of work and you look tired. And I'm like, why your eyes so red? Babe, you need to lay down.
I put a poll
that makes you smile.
You know what I was thinking too? When you just said that, clipping the nails, I remember, and you can always remember when you liked your made up. So you'll know what matters. Something as simple. I think we was driving in the car, and it was very years ago. Over 15 years ago, I'm sure. But Chef Ron was driving, and his nails was like a little dirty. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking for a piece of paper that you could fold, old school cleaning nails. Y'all know how to do it. And I was like, give me your hand. And I was like, as he was giving, he'll give me one hand and I'm scraping under his nails. And then he's got his other hand over like this. But when I was finished, he like had this little light up so I'm like, something simple like that.
That's why I said it's simple stuff. People always think you need all this money and you gotta give these extravagant gifts and all of that. It be the simplest things that just make somebody's day to show you care. Now, what's the lengths I would go through whatever it takes.
I put a pole in my closet. I think that's a good length to show I care. Oh man, your phone died. Are you back? Or did you just miss all that? Is that you mean you just came back from a dying phone?
Or is it dying?
Or is it dying? Author L says,
a spade is a spade and a leopard will always show you their spots, so take it for face value. They just showed you their face card. Always. And don't forget, don't fall into the
trap
of forgetting those spots. So what they say, fool me
once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So that's why I had to sit in my shame. Because I've been fooled twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times.
Eventually, their spots will show their true places.
Yes, that part. So
you might be a little.
You may want the best, but you better do the background check because sometimes if you just check their background, you'll see how they move. Yeah, it'll show itself. That what they said.
So don't get
so. It will rear its ugly head.
That part.
When you least suspect it.
That part.
Yeah, he said his phone died and he just came back. We were talking about different ways.
Just came back. All right.
Would you think, Chef Ron, that the poll is a good way to keep the one I love? Definitely keeps him in the house. You want to go? Oh, look, if you want to go, you want to go in the closet? What's in your closet? In between his clothes and my clothes, I said, meet me in the middle. Honey, the kids went in the closet the other day. It was like, I'm sick of y'all. I said, get out of what married people do business, honey. That's another thing. You better tell them you got to keep your husband happy, honey. Don't be doing all them tricks in the world. You do them tricks on your husband. Keep
the one alive. You chose to be with forever in a day to death do y'all part. Okay?
Now I've only had the pole for a year. Listen, that was the 20th anniversary. I'm a late bloomer. Let's say
you ain't no late bloomer. You right on time. You gotta keep it spunkified.
So
don't give it all up at once. We gotta keep it spunky. You never know what we gonna do this year. It's never too late. You got because what you gonna do next year? Like
That part.
that part, honey.
He says decisions are made by one or the other. I believe we are so different. That's why we can't always be around each other. I think that is too. Decisions are made by one or the other. He says the pole is the way you talk to me, the way you acknowledge me. Right. See? Because I was fighting against it, but it's like
my language.
Why that?
That's my love language.
Respect your person's love language, and that's the left that I will go to keep my man happy. Not really keep him; he wasn't going nowhere. But to add love to the thing
on your face. I know what you need. I know what you like.
And I got a girlfriend of mine be like, girl, that sounds. I was like, what you think about this? And then I got my my niece because she was older. She's older. Shout out to my niece Janine, my boo boo, born on my birthday. But yeah, she gave me some lessons. So I even prepared for it. I took like a week worth of lessons with her. She gave me a playlist because I'm not into the music. I don't know what to play.
You prepared.
So I prepared to make him feel. And let me tell you something. That was the fastest way he ever ate because I had to tell him beforehand because I was expecting them to go and be able to put it up in the hotel room before we got there because we was going for, the room and I had everything in the trunk and I was like, but then we was off a day because the anniversary, we was exhausted. So I was like, we got to cancel the room and do it tomorrow because there's no way I could be on my best performance tonight. So anyway, so we went through all of that, but his face, he smiled for a month. So I'm like,
and that
the first time
there is just irreplaceable.
I'm done.
She missed DT USA.
DTs.
What's DTs? You know what? I can't. I got it. I can't.
Bro, hope you get it.
I will. Yeah, it's too good for me. Oh, really, Ron? Oh, you doing it like that, girl?
Anyway, but if you have a poll, please make it short.
I can't look at her say it.
But if you have a poll, please make it sure that it is secure and fast and tightly. I don't want to hear about no accidentally throwing up against the wall. Some poles are not meant for everybody. Let me tell you what's the safest place is in my closet. If you can see all the clothes around it, is in the middle of
in a sturdy
3
place.
walls, a closet. And then when I went in there, of course, when we had it he had used 2 screws to make sure it doesn't fall. Because after we got
secure it.
We got to secure
it in.
Because they got the holes so you could screw it in the ceiling. So he definitely did that.
Wait a minute. So y'all screwed it into the hotel's ceiling?
No, we didn't do it that day.
Oh.
And it was a little loose. So I kind of went around, but I kind of stayed on the ground. It was the heels he liked the most. So I was using it as a prop on that day.
His wife willing to do whatever it was to put that smile on his face for me.
He told me I keep power tools.
Yes, baby. Keep them power tools, but you need me to put up.
I didn't even see it coming. I just come upstairs and went in the room. I was like, oh, that's what you doing? That's what you did with your spare top?
Oh my God.
He said, oh yeah, he wants to enjoy straight facts. I'm done with what the hell.
Ron, tell him what you do, boo.
He said, I cook, fix cars, washing machines, HVAC, paint, whatever you need. Get you a good man. We out here.
Straight facts.
Well, they'll be better out here if you could do some classes.
Come on now, man.
Because sometimes you just don't know.
It takes. Get your butt on YouTube University and figure it out.
You gotta want to figure it out.
You gotta want to do it. You gotta really want to do it, like for real.
He definitely know how to keep me, honey.
Come on now, Mr. Do It All. Like call Rondell. Look, we call
everybody calls
everything.
My husband, and because I'm such a loving person, I share him with everybody. Only for the external work, of course.
Oh, hell.
You need somebody to fix this. You need somebody to fix that. Now we can't fix no squeaky pipes.
We ain't the plumber.
He ain't plumbing for you.
No,
I'm always his assistant.
Oh yeah, because she's gonna be right with him.
I'm gonna show up.
They're coming to help you.
We are coming to help you.
Y'all already know they roll together. Oh, we got an HVAC job. We coming.
He was doing the HR job, and I wasn't doing that. He's like, "You want to ride with me?" I know he's gonna be working. I'm like, "Yeah." He says, "Be a quick. I'm going to sit in the car. I got my book." That's how I met.
I got my book.
That's how I met Ray. God rest his soul. Ray played. Was my DJ for my 40th birthday party, and we have since lost him. But he was doing a job for his mom, and I was sitting in the car reading my book, and he came and was like, "Why are you in the car?"
Right there.
And I got out the car and came and met his mom, and then I started sharing my poetry with mom, and he was like, she started crying, and he was like, "She is tough as nails. I don't think I ever see her cry. What the heck you got in those words?" She was so emotional. Bought a book, of course. And I just was like, so yes, I definitely be with my man, honey.
Yes, you do. I told
and y'all think that make him, we want to be around each other.
They love being around each other.
Oh, he said, notice I left that off. I only fix pipes at my house. That's right.
Yeah, we only under sinks at the house.
Cause you don't want to know how far I go to keep the one I love.
The lengths you will go.
So the safest thing is only fix the pipes at home. But everything else we can help you out with.
That part. Come on, what the L? When my cousin remodeled her house, her bedroom, the bed was in the center. To the right was the stage and the pole, and to the left was the tub. It was in a triangle, lights, camera, action. Now that's the type of bedroom I want. I took the pole dancing class. It ain't for everybody. Some of them old ladies will put next to it.
Working in heels.
What was it?
Will put next to. They were working in heels.
Wow.
I can't make up the last one. But
them old ladies will put you to shame.
Put you to shame. That's what you mean.
In the heels.
You know, don't let that seasoned woman fool you, honey.
I never even thought
she know what she doing.
My legs so long, honey.
Girl, he would love it.
I just wrap around the neck. I don't know.
I don't climb the pole. I don't even climb.
I mean,
you just walk around with your heels on.
Yeah, I just need to.
And then the pole spins itself.
So I'm gonna have to take a class.
I'm gonna have to get me a new pole.
You gonna have to give me a class because I need to know what you do.
I'm gonna have to buy me a pole, honey. That one's on loan now. My girlfriend loaned me the pole. She had it in her closet for years, but her son, she was like, I had it, so it was boxed up.
Oh, you took it down?
Well, when she had this son, no, I'm saying the pole was a loaner.
Got you.
It's a loaner pole. It was a pole that was around that had to get put away because you don't want your son in the closet like he's too young to understand. So she was like, it's tacked away. Yeah. You can loan it for a time, so you know. That's what best friends are for. Good friends. Singing for you. I'm every woman. She's all of me. I do it naturally. Put us to shame, she said.
Oh, got you.
You know why they put us to shame? Because they're confident. And nothing beats movement like confidence. And the classes are full. The pole, and I mean, it's a very good exercise.
Yeah,
I woke up the next day from my training. I was like, "Damn,
you gotta be hurt."
I had to remember that I was
in there and doing all of that. Knees and everything too.
Knees, honey. You need
your joint juice.
Mega knees, honey.
You need your joint juice.
Because when you go down on your knee, when you squat, that's their favorite thing at the when you got the pole.
Squats and get them thighs and knees and ready.
So would you get a pole in your room?
I definitely would.
To keep
I would
your
get
man
a swing
happy.
hanging from the. I get it all. I would have just a private room of our love nest. Like I would have a freaking love nest.
We know you would. Does size matter? Does anybody else a Scorpion? Scorpio.
I would have a love
like
nest.
I said, Scorpion.
What was that movie with the
oh,
guy?
You mean I know what you're talking about.
But I don't like the control.
Yeah, you don't like. Yeah,
I'm just not. I don't like the control. I need to have some sort of. Not control, but I don't want to be.
You
bonded.
need to be free. You don't want to be bonded.
I can't.
Yeah, I told you for our 20th anniversary when we went to the sex store, we got the little the 4 things. We only used it once so far because it's like.
I would try.
You gotta be fair.
Yeah.
But it makes you not be able to get away.
But I was like, I was too tense.
But you definitely would have to do it when nobody's in the house because you can't get away, and you know.
Oh, yeah, that's how. Yeah.
So you don't want to be hollering.
Oh Lord. Oh, so she's the pro. Okay, so I need some.
Who's a pro? She's a pro.
I need some lessons. Okay.
He's a damn fool.
So when I be like, we in class
this
session,
is what the L say for this guy down here. I'm going to get my face right before we get to this fool's comments. The class requirements worn t-shirt, tank top, shorts, leggings, a towel, tennis shoes, and high heels. You learn to work the chair, the pole, and movements. Trust me, if your body wasn't ready, you will be hurting.
I would imagine
Oh, that's why he got jokes. Ready. That's what the heels are for.
That posture.
Oh, we hear that. She's a pro lap dancer.
She's a pro lap dancer. All right, Ron, let them know.
I've learned.
Practice makes permanent.
Blood relative, I hear you. Oh, no, she ain't. She want to know. I got it from her. I'm done with her. So she a pro lap dancer. That's my mom, y'all, in case y'all don't know. That's how you. That's how you switch.
Down on that chair. Y'all better.
Oh my God,
she was showing you what to do.
I know Chef Ron is laughing
people
his
out here how
ass
they do
off
it
right
now.
now.
They was like, I'm seasoned. Let me show these 21-year-olds.
Let me tell you, Magba is what my kids call her. That means grandma, right? She was at her granddaughter's 21st birthday. And she was inviting no adults, but we was in a handful of adults out invited. So, we cool like that.
She fooled with us, though.
She fooled with us.
We was there.
We got invited. It was, oh my God, she had an amazing 21st party in the backyard. It was so dope. I was like, girl, this turned out real dope. I can believe all the people that I said, she's a people person, like her daddy for sure. Definitely. Well, I would say us, but let me tell you something. We had a good time, but yeah, mommy definitely was dancing with them. It was 3 of them on the chairs. They had the white chairs, and everybody was dancing on it. And mommy was giving the business to them 20 and 21-year-olds in the back of 20. I said, "Oh my God, how low can you go?" She went too low. Let me tell you,
she was going.
We had to pick up off the floor. She got so low. But we had a good time.
So far down, her body was like, "Well, ain't nowhere else to go. Let's go down."
We had a good time. I'm too damn old and heavy. Can't wear the heels. Listen,
them little
I ain't never wore heels, but this one pair that I think I got from Rondell's cousin Crystal gave me them bling, and they bling. You know I love bling, so everything I found to wear got bling all on it. So I'm just glistening. But I got them heels that's bling, and they very comfortable. I was able to dance.
And it's not, you're not in them all day, so you can take it for as long as you need to take it. You know when it's time to okay.
And it makes you look like you're doing more than you're really doing. The heels really make you look like you're doing something, because it's something about the heels. Because I'm automatically going to walk slow.
And that's just the suspense
so I can take my time around the pole, make it look like I'm But no, that's
the illusion of it all.
Relationships should be fun. And I can say we are having fun. Good morning, Jamaica. And welcome to Coffee and Conversation.
Welcome from the YouTube channel.
Yes, welcome.
Make sure y'all guys subscribe to the YouTube channel.
A good reminder. He said 21 years, she can still seduce me.
See, that's why you like that now. She done seduced you. You done let the cat out the bag.
Yes, honey. I got him stuck for the next 10. I pulled that out at 20. I'm going to have to pull something out at 30. But, I think I'm going to ride this pole out for the next. The lap dancing and poles enough.
Barrison, what you trying to do? Drive me up? I'm going to be skin and bones. I'm not finishing. By the time you finish with me, I'll be like, why you
That's the like point. Ain't gonna be nothing left.
I'm like, what you saving yourself for? Who you saving yourself for?
Because if we get to the end, I'll be like, okay, that's what we did. You be proud.
What you talking about here?
Tell them they don't run out.
What you saving yourself for?
Oh, I'm 62 and looking for lessons.
I'm 45 looking for lessons on Facebook. Never too old.
Perhaps we could do a Zoom lesson if everybody order pose. We get an instructor, and that could be a part of the, the schooling. Remember, we doing the School of Husbands and School of Wives.
Come on, let them know how to stay together forever, because that's the whole point.
And in the School of Husbands, guess what they will be teaching? How to rub feet, right? And how to come in and see what you need and say, baby, you go lay down.
Oh, Lord.
I'm going to take care of the kids so that you can rest up. Go ahead and take
Show
that
'em how to
bath.
be what
And then
they
when he
need to
come
be
upstairs,
when time calls
guess what she
for
gonna
it.
do? She gonna be ready for whatever. So I would
That
tell his
part.
friends that when he be like, oh, this is what I said. Let me give you a secret. So
That
and I
part.
love that they listen to me. They respect me probably because I've been here so long. So
Because
you can't
they
do nothing but
see the
respect it.
relation. They ain't
Yeah.
got no choice but to respect it because of the evidence. You are an expert due to the evidence.
Get her on film. Get who on film, honey? What you talking about?
You gonna get her on film?
No,
Mom?
he ain't gonna get me on film. I don't know what he talking about.
I just said.
Oh, he said
that
got
on
Mama
film.
Faye on film. Okay,
Oh
you know
yeah,
we be
you
late
got
for our
her on
comments.
film.
We definitely got Mommy on film.
Oh, you got.
We
her
don't
on
got
film.
the drop because he's such a good son-in-law that when the daggone thing was when she was falling, the camera went because he went running to grab her. So you could see her
Yeah,
going
I
and the
know.
chair started to
He
go.
was
He was
like,
like,
"I'll
he
start
noticed
it."
that she was actually not gonna come back on that because she was back and she was forward. And she was back and she was forward. But on that back, he saw that forward wasn't coming. So we lost
More
all
back.
frame, honey, because we could have made some money on TikTok with that. I'm sure, Mommy.
Viral.
We would have definitely sent you a nice lump sum. That is
That would've been a
definitely
good check.
a good check. He talking about I'm coming home for lunch today.
I know that's right, boo. Hot and heavy.
He's only 15 minutes away too. So
Mm.
got
Good
Mama
lunch break.
Faye.
He
You
got her.
tamed a wild pit bull.
So, let me tell you. Once I finish with you, you ain't gonna need no other.
Oh my
honey.
God, it's an hour. Oh,
Already.
that was such a good hour.
You know these
That
topics
was
be
fun.
good, honey.
Can't believe it's an hour.
And you know it's so funny when people be talking about the sexual stuff, they love it, honey.
Yeah, you better have real
Sexy
conversations.
Yeah.
And you know, there's
Shut
stuff that
up.
you want, you gotta say, honey. My husband had to be like, you need to do better with this. You need to work on your oral. Okay. I gotta work on my oral. I
But
gotta
yes,
try.
honey, them marriages, we gotta learn to keep them
That was
together
years ago.
forever
Now
the
look,
way it's
what you
supposed
could
to
do.
be. If you say yes, then you say yes for a lifetime. So now we got to go through all these classes and counseling and
Mhm.
any and everything we need to do to keep it together forever, because that's what we said. That's what we said this was, a forever commitment. So them classes on keeping marriages lasting for a lifetime, what it was intended to be.
I can see my shirt. I
Oh,
choose me
yeah.
original.
You gotta love yourself, honey. You gotta definitely love yourself.
Okay, let's see what our devotional is for today. You want to open up the page? You have the honors.
Unique gifts.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
You ain't gonna read it?
Oh, you want me to read it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Unique gifts. In His grace, God has given us different gifts for doing certain things well.
I guess she got the bug too.
So if God has given you the ability to prophecy, speak out with as much faith as God has given you. If your gifts is serving others, serve them well. If you are a teacher, teach well. Romans 12:6-7. In a marriage, we cannot pretend to be something or someone that we are not.
My God.
It is often said that our spouses see our best and our worst, and there is comfort in that. We need to be ourselves with the one who loves us the most.
Oh my God. Come on now.
Our spouses encourage and advise us with full knowledge of our gifts and weaknesses. In the same way, we cannot hide ourselves from our Creator. We fashioned our gifts, and He knows where we should use them. He sure did. Be confident in your design.
My God.
To rephrase that scripture, do your gift well.
Girl,
I got
so
you.
we're gonna be a lap dancer. Be the best damn lap dancer you can be.
Discuss your gifts with each other. Are you doing the things that represent who you really are? Brainstorm together on how you can use your individual talents for God.
God said, when two touch and agree, it is so.
Girl, we can't make this stuff up.
So
your unique gifts. Talking about you better stop hiding them
Act
gifts.
like you know. Act like you know.
That part. You better act like you know and stop hiding them gifts.
So it was said there, right? So you got to communicate and you got to love each other and you got to be free, like you said, with who you are, because you have a unique gift to bring out the best in whoever you choose to incorporate your life with, right? It's a corporation. We are collaborating. And so I think that was an amazing read for what we're saying, because you dig deep. You know the best about each other. You even know the worst about each other. Wow. But the bridge that you built to make sure that you get to the picture of what you created is how you do anything to keep the one you love. And so the way you keep the one you love is real communication and internal dedication to where y'all are going, right? And then you'll get instant gratification, right? Because the moment I saw his face, it was instant for me. So when God says give to receive, the pleasure is in receiving that you made a difference. You changed somebody's world, lit it up. So why not light up the world of the one you with? Because when the light's on him, it's on you too. When the light's on her, it's on you too. It's a chandelier affair. So make sure y'all speak about it and do the work. Because the work is not a joke. It's necessary.
It is so necessary. Child, remember I was telling you yesterday, but stop holding back. Use your gift.
Okay. We're going to get y'all cards and we're going to get y'all on to the rest of y'all amazing day. Okay. This is mine. Perfect.
Ready?
I am. What are we? I am courageous and I am favored. And guess why I'm favored? If we want to put these cards together, I am favored because I am courageous. And that's what this topic is all about. It is about being courageous, having the courage. Like, could you imagine me at 40 trying to, well, actually 39. How old was I then? No, I was 40. At 41. Yeah. At 41, trying to learn to dance on a pole from my young niece. It took courage to think that I can surprise him with a dance to make his day right? But those are the lengths that you should be willing to go for the one that you love, right? To be courageous because God has favored what he put together. Let no man put us under, as Mommy said. I don't know if I got that right, but I think I'm close enough. But that's it. Man. So to be courageous and to be favored. And I say to be favored is to be like. So when you started with your person, you like them.
They favored
and then
you.
And then you love them.
Favorite.
So don't forget that you are their favorite. I always says husband picks his wife, that means you as his favorite girlfriend. Right? And so when you are a wife, you have been favored as a girlfriend to then create a destiny, right? Absolutely. And saying yes means you were favored as a boyfriend. I had many boyfriends, but I favored you. So I say yes. So I said it takes courage to try to go places you've never been. And when you know you've been favored, guess what? Nothing stops you. It makes you feel like you are one of a kind. So we love it. We love you guys. Again, you have been tuned in to Coffee and Conversations. Remember, it is a relay race and somebody is relying on you to turn your heartbeat into a soul beat in order to leave your soul print. Because the fingerprint tells us what you got wrong in this world, but the soul print, it tells us what you got right. And what God got right is you. So remember, we don't compete. We complete. And the difference between them two words is the L. And the L stands for love. And love grows everything. So love yourself first, because you can never turn on anybody else's light. But you can provide enough light for them to find their switch. So stay lit in this world so somebody can find their way out of the darkness. It is your responsibility. Remember, responsibility is the measurement in which you have the ability to respond. And so everybody has their own level of response that is required for you to be who God called you to be. So be courageous because God has already favored you. The reason why I know is because you are breathing. So don't forget to wake up and make today count. Mwah.
Love you guys.
We love you. And we'll see you back here tomorrow
in the morning
for Hot Topics. So,
Hot Topics.
Boy, do we have some hot topics. Because we just found out that North Carolina is 13.
In the what?
In the whole U.S.
13.
Number 13.
In the whole U.S.
for sexual transmitted diseases. So meet us back here tomorrow. Anywho, hot topic tomorrow. We love you. We'll see you in the morning. Mwah, 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 mwah. Have an amazing day. And if you have a hot topic you want us to touch on, please put it in a comment. And we will touch it all tomorrow because we love to touch on Fridays. It's the end of the week. We love you. Until tomorrow. Bye-bye.